There's one thing that billionaires and bank robbers have in common. It's actually how they make their money. Today, I'm going to share the one thing that could unlock the secret to infinite cash flow for you forever. Hi, my name is Kenneth Ott, and welcome to Grow Time, where we explore ideas to help you live a high-performance life. And today, I want to share with you how you can tap into unlimited growth potential. Now, that may sound like an exaggeration, but I promise you that it isn't. We've all been taught in our past that resources are scarce, but time is infinite. And I've actually broken this idea down quite a bit in another video, which I can link to. But the truth is that's backwards. Time is the only finite resource. Literally, every other resource that you use or have ever heard of is effectively infinite. And here's why. Because it's cyclical. So money, water, even air, even real estate, land, it's all infinite and it has never run out. Since the beginning of time, no one person has ever run out of any of these things. And why is that? Because it's cyclical. And when something is cyclical, by definition, there is no end. It's infinite. So the great thing about this is that when it comes to you and your earning potential or your ability to create income or wealth or whatever it is, there is no pie where when you earn, it's taking from somebody else. Quite the contrary. It's actually creating more for others when you create. Start a new business, or you create a new product, or you deliver more value, and you earn more because of it. You're actually creating more for other people as well. And why is this important? This is important because we all think that these resources are limited. And we've been taught and conditioned by society that resources are all scarce and time is infinite. Before we move on to how you create and tap into the infinite cash flow, the idea of infinite wealth, before we do that, you have to believe this principle. All of these resources are infinite resources. No one person has ever owned all of the land in the world. We are going on, I don't know how many thousands or millions of years, right? And there's still gold. Why is that? Because it's cyclical, it's infinite. Grasp this concept, right? It's the fundamental prerequisite to earning indefinitely and infinitely. Now that we understand that these things are truly infinite, how do you tap into them? How do you access infinite cash flow? So let's talk about this idea of creativity. I want to talk about how you have what you currently have. At some point in your life, you imagined everything that you currently have, whether intentionally or not. You had a problem that needed to be solved. You needed a roof over your head. You needed food to eat. You needed rent payment. You wanted to grow your revenue by X% in your business. All these restrictions, all these problems, all these situations caused you to imagine ways to solve that problem. And this is why you have what you currently have. It's why you make what you currently make. You use this beautiful resource that everyone has unlimited access to, which is called creativity. And you may not have been aware of it, but you use creativity to solve a problem and create a solution. And this is the same resource that billionaires use to earn billions and billions of dollars, and bank robbers use to gain however much income and end up in jail. They use creativity to solve their income problem. And it's just a different thing that they imagined and a different path that they took. Income potential is infinite because creativity is infinite. When you link your income to something finite, like your time, then your income potential is limited. Here's the great lie, is that your income is currently not linked to your time, even if you're getting paid by the hour. It's just that you think it is. But your creativity is what actually got you to the place where you're earning whatever you are for your time. And you have the ability to influence that with the same creativity that got you here. This is why we perceive these resources to be limited, because we link them in our minds to time, the only limited resource. But the truth is, creativity is what they're linked to. And so if you tap into the awareness that creativity is the resource that you use to solve all these problems and to create your income, creativity is actually something that's unlimited. And you may think this is no big deal or not actually practical for you, but let's dig a little bit deeper. So the reason this shift is so important is because creativity, as I mentioned, is infinite. And once you realize that, you can actually decouple your income from time because time is finite. You think you earn money by spending time, but actually it's the creativity that allows you to decide how to earn money. Why is creativity infinite? I don't know if you're a spiritual person, but I am. And the truth is creativity is built into your anatomy. It's a gift, actually a gift from God. God put creativity into you. It's what God used to create everything, this entire world, you. He created out of nothing. He used his creativity, visualized it, it came to be. And because you're made in his image, you actually have that same power to create. In fact, you're made to create and to multiply. That is your purpose in life. What you visualize will actually be the thing, what you focus on will be the thing that you focus your creativity on, which is the thing that you'll actually achieve. That's why when you visualize and imagine a situation, you actually can achieve that situation. It's why you have what you currently have, even though you were forced, maybe you were forced to imagine it, right? Because of a problem or something else. But it's because you imagined it, it's because you focused on it, it's because you used creativity to solve it. That's why you have what you have. Proof here is in all man-made creations, right? Someone visualized something, it came to be. There are things that 100 years ago, someone would have thought were never possible. And now we have. We've got the access to the entire world in our hand. That would have been something that people would have thought is an impossibility. It's completely magical. It'd be witchcraft to actually have that. We have that. We have the internet. We have cars that drive themselves. We have all these things, not just technology. We have life-changing healthcare and medicine and all these different things, right? All of these things, someone thought at one point in life, someone thought was not possible. And then someone else was bold enough to believe it was possible, use their creativity and actually bring it to be. And I'm sitting here and talking about this because you can use that same ability if you allow yourself. And that's the key. If you allow yourself to believe that something is possible rather than believe it is not possible, you have that same ability to tap into your creativity to actually bring that to be. You just have to take some disciplines. And so to create more wealth using creativity, here are 4 things that you can do. First step is believing that money is infinite because it's attached to infinite creativity. That may sound like a lot, but unless you believe this, as I mentioned earlier, you have no chance of actually doing this. If you want to create infinite cash flow, you have to believe that it comes from infinite creativity, not from your time alone. You have to understand that currently in your situation, you've actually created something from nothing. You've done this, whatever you're looking around at, good or bad, you've created from nothing. It was just a thought at one point. Maybe it was a thought that you had to think, but it was a thought. Number 2, you have to visualize your desired outcome, right? What do you want your life to look like in absolute clarity? And this is something that can be kind of cliche in the entrepreneur space, this idea of visualization. And take that baggage out for a second. Imagining a situation the same way you imagined your current situation, and then focusing on it, maybe even using it to solve your current problem, is actually how you achieve it. So you just have to decide exactly what you want. You have to assess where you currently are. And then you have to use your creativity to brainstorm, problem solve ways to get there. The third step, take action using that mindset. Okay, so you have to focus deeply on this vision. Like it literally has to be a focus of yours. You can't be a balanced, quote, balanced person. Like you must focus on this thing. Now, I'll tell you what, if you focus on something that is surface level, like just earning money for the sake of it, you can do that and you will win at that, but you may not have a fun and fulfilling life, an enjoyable life on the outside. So I would suggest that you create a world that actually is a great one that you're going to focus on, because that's how you're going to enjoy the outcome. But you must take action on it, focus deeply on it. The focus leads to the energy and the action that actually it will take to actually pursue that thing. And it requires deep focus to do this. Number 4, ask the magic question. And this magic question is actually kind of a little hack. Maybe you're caught in a mind frame where you just can't believe this, or you can't imagine the situation, or I just don't know, I might be in this situation over here and it's so far-fetched from where I want to be, I can't even start. So this is the magic question. And the magic question is like this. What would have to be true? And that means what would I have to do, or what would I have to be, or what circumstances would have to happen, or what value would I have to create, right? So what would have to be true about those things? Me, the circumstances, what I have, in order to earn X dollars per day, month, or year, right? And I'm using money in this example because it's measurable, but you can use anything, right? So that's $1 million, let's say a year, or let's go crazier, $1 million a day. What would have to be true? What would I believe about the situation around me, about the value that I can create to earn $1 million a day? Using numbers, you might have to create enough value for someone that's worth $5 million a day, right? So then you ask the next question, what would I have to do to create enough value for someone that would be worth $5 million a day? So then you might ask the question, well, who would that be? And what organization would that be? And what would I have to do? And what would I have to become? What would I have to achieve to do that? And you back all the way out of it and you start asking this question. The secret to this magic question is that it opens up a loop in your brain. Your brain is meant to problem solve. And guess what you're using right now? You're using creativity. You ask yourself a question, you use creativity to answer and problem solve that question. You give your brain a problem, and instead of life giving your brain a problem that you're just solving and becoming, you actually are intentional about this and you lead your brain. You give your brain a valuable problem to solve, and then it starts to solve it. And it doesn't solve it right away, but if you start thinking on it for a long enough time, it solves it. You just continue asking those questions and you end up at a solution. And maybe you don't get to the $1 million a day, but maybe you get to double where you are today. Once you actually list out what this situation is, once you get a really clear perspective of what would have to be true for me to earn this amount of money, then you actually list those things out and you simply put those things systematically into place in your life. And then you begin acting. It's like the playbook for actually how you achieve that thing. This may not seem easy, but hopefully I've done some work in making it just seem a little bit easier. People have done like these mind-blowing, impossible things with creativity, right? We've created iPhones, we've created rockets to space, we've healed diseases, all these different things. And so it seems actually very small to me to just figure out how to increase your income by double or 5% or whatever. When someone sent a rocket to space, people are going up and down all the time. That should make it seem possible for you, right? And the way you do it is by tapping into your creativity. There are other people that can make millions of dollars an hour. There are people that make $10 million a day. I've met them. There are billionaires and trillionaires. How are they doing this? It's possible because they're doing it. And they're doing it by creating value that exceeds that amount. If you're looking to tap into unlimited income potential, and that's just one aspect of this, right? Like the money, it's actually just the surface level. But if you're looking to tap into this, it's clearly possible. You just need to leverage the unlimited resources that you currently have at your disposal rather than the finite resources that you currently have. I hope this was helpful in helping you live out a high performance, more successful life. For more tips like this from me or to work with me, visit KennethOtt.com or KenOtt.com. That's KENOTT. And until next time, thanks and never stop growing.